Picture yourself in a heated argument. Someone calls you out. Your choices, your character, maybe even your worth. Your pulse spikes and you feel that urge to fire back, to set things straight. Most people would jump in, thinking defending themselves is the only way to save face. But what if I told you defending yourself hands over all your power? Today, we're revealing a trick so sharp it can turn any accusation into your advantage. Machiavelli's secret to flipping the power instantly by never defending yourself. This is not about staying quiet. It is about using silence like a weapon, making your opponent doubt themselves while you come out on top. Stick around, because by the end, you will have a strategy to control any room, no matter the fight. Let us dive in. Hey, welcome back to the channel, where we unpack the real tactics of power, influence, and human connection. If you're new here, hit subscribe and tap the bell so you catch every video that could change how you handle life's battles. I am Marcus, your guide to mastering the moves that shape every conversation. Today, we're exploring Machiavelli's secret to flip the power in any argument. Never defend yourself. We'll cover why defending is a losing game, the 3 key principles that make this strategy work, and practical ways to turn attacks into your victory. This will change how you see conflict. Let us get started. First, let's talk about why defending yourself is a trap. Someone throws a jab. Maybe they question your motives, mock your success, or challenge your ideas. Your gut says to explain, to prove them wrong. It feels right, like you're standing up for yourself. But here's the hard truth Machiavelli knew. The second you start defending, you lose. Why? Because defending shows you're rattled. It tells everyone their words got to you. It lets them control the conversation, putting you on trial. Even if you're right, you look like you're scrambling, and that screams weakness. The strongest people don't explain. They let the accusation sit there, and in that moment, they shift the power. This is not about dodging conflict. It's about winning it without a fight. Machiavelli understood that how people see you matters more than being right. When you defend yourself, you look like you're pleading, and that makes people doubt you. But when you stay calm, unfazed, you make them question the person attacking you. By not engaging, you turn their words into a mirror, showing their insecurity, not yours. You don't just look innocent, you look untouchable. So, how does this work? There are 3 principles to Machiavelli's trick. First, silence is your shield. When you don't react, you deny your accuser the fight they want. Silence forces them to keep talking, often digging their own hole. Second, redirection is your weapon. Instead of defending, you turn the focus back on them, making their attack look like their problem. Third, presence is your strength. Your calm, confident vibe commands attention, turning their aggression into your gain. Master these, and you'll never need to justify yourself. Others will do it for you. Let's see this play out. Imagine you're in a work meeting, pitching an idea. Someone cuts in, smirking. That's bold, but it's not practical. Most people would jump to explain their plan, throwing out facts to prove their point. But that's their trap. Instead, you lean back, pause for a second, and say, interesting. How would you define practical? Your voice is steady, your eyes locked. Suddenly, they're on the spot, stumbling to explain. The room feels it. You're not shaken. You're in charge. Your silence made them overreach, and your question flipped the pressure. That's the trick in action. Now, picture a social scene, a party or hangout. Someone tosses a dig. You always act so full of yourself. Your instinct might be to laugh it off or say, "No, I'm just confident." But that's falling into their game. Instead, you pause, give a slight smile, and say, "Funny how confidence bugs some people." No argument, no defense, just a line that shifts the focus. They falter, their jab flops, and everyone notices. Your restraint turned their shade into a spotlight on their insecurity. You didn't need to prove anything. Your vibe spoke for you. In relationships, this move is gold. Say your partner snaps, "You're always so distant, you don't care." Most would rush to list how they show love, trying to reassure, but that puts you on trial. Instead, pause, look at them calmly, and say, "I'm right here. What's really going on?" You're not dismissing them, you're shifting to neutral ground. Your silence soaks up their emotion, and your question makes them rethink their approach. What does it work? You didn't take the bait. You stayed in control. Online, this gets intense. Someone leaves a snarky comment on your post. "What, you think you're an expert now?" Most people would type a long reply, proving their worth. That screams neediness. Instead, let it sit. Or, if you reply, keep it short. "Sounds like you've got strong thoughts." That's it. No essay, just a nudge that leaves them exposed. People watching don't care about their comment. They're looking at you. When you don't bite, you look powerful, like someone they can't mess with. They start wondering what you're holding back, and that makes them hesitate. Why does it work? Our brains are wired to read reactions. Defending says the attack hit home, but silence, redirection, and a steady vibe create doubt. People trust the calmest person in the room, not the loudest. Silence unsettles because it's unpredictable. Redirection flips the pressure. Your presence, standing tall, moving slow, feels like power. Machiavelli got it. Control the vibe, and you control the outcome. When you don't react, others fill the gap, often with their own doubts. That's when you win, not by proving you're right, but by making their attack pointless. Here's the next level. Make their accusation their problem. They call you arrogant? Say, "Confidence seems to rattle you." They say you're manipulative. Reply, "Only people who feel outplayed think that." They call you cold? Smile and say, "I'm just picky about who gets my warmth." These are like verbal flips, using their words against them. They expected a fight. You gave them a reflection. They see their own doubts, not yours. The real secret: you don't need to be right to be powerful. Chasing right makes you look desperate. Silence, redirection, and presence make you untouchable. It's not about avoiding conflict. It's about winning without playing. When you stop defending, people stop judging. They see someone above the fray, not a defendant. Here are 3 moves to flip the power. First, use silence. When attacked, pause for 2 seconds. Let their words hang. It shows control. Second, redirect. Ask a question or make a comment that puts them on the spot, like, "What makes you say that?" Or, "That's an interesting take." Third, own your presence. Stand tall. Keep eye contact. Move deliberately. Your body says confidence before you speak. These are not just tricks. They're your tools to dominate any moment. Try this next time someone comes at you. In a meeting, when challenged, don't defend, ask for their idea. At a social event, when shade hits, smile and flip it back. In a relationship, when emotions flare, stay calm and reframe. Each time, you're rewriting how people see you. You're not reacting, you're leading. The more you do it, the easier it gets, until your silence alone shifts the room. The deeper truth: never defending isn't about ignoring attacks. It's about making them irrelevant. When you don't engage, you make others question themselves. People start defending you, saying, "That was out of line," or "Why are they after him?" Your enemies end up on trial, and you didn't lift a finger. That's Machiavellian power, letting the crowd fight for you while you stand tall.